Right guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel at the Hunter Collective. Today we've got Alex in the chair. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad.
You good?
Yeah,
Good. So, I'm alright, mate, I'm alright, can't complain. So what are we doing? What's the plan?
So, I haven't had a haircut since February, as you can see.
Yes, okay.
And all I did was get my housemate to chop off the sides in
Okay.
the lockdown. And
Like probably most of the country, yeah, okay.
Exactly. You actually walk around now and there's loads of people walking around with mullets and they're like, oh, mullet. There's like a
honestly,
camaraderie.
it was the Zoom haircut, as we called it.
Yeah.
It was everyone just doing the sides and the back.
Exactly.
And like the top was gelled and stuff, yeah.
Normal.
Straight on, you're fine, but when you see the side.
But, I mean, it's just not smart enough for work, basically.
Yeah, okay.
So, I really like the kind of textured haircuts that you do on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Where there's kind of, it's a bit choppy and wavy.
Okay.
But certainly, I mean, all of this stuff off the back, smarten up the sides.
Okay, yeah, so, it looks really, you got curly hair, so it's quite coarse, so it'd be quite dry. You know, if you don't maintain it and look after it, it can get quite dry. I've
never really gone and got a haircut, which is more than like a £15 haircut, so you're not really getting a consultation. It's just short back and sides.
Okay, cool,
I've got a photo of the haircut that I found earlier.
Yeah, of course, always helps, definitely,
in terms of the sides.
Yeah, cool. Would you want to wear it forward more than back, yeah?
I wouldn't mind having a bit of a fringe again, like not a kind of full-on all
like sitting down. Okay.
Just like maybe coming a bit forward, yeah.
All right, cool, yeah. It definitely. I mean, look, it's definitely achievable. It's just when you've trained your hair to go back for so long,
it ends up. About that.
It's very 80s, isn't it? You know, it's the Cure. It's like the Cure, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Crusty the Clown.
We cut this in a bit higher up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, of course you can wear it any way you want. We'll give it a wash and stuff, and we'll dry it forward and stuff like that. But I think the best thing to do is, because it is so dry at the end, it's almost just like that would just snap after a while.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to take some length off. But I think going with the texture of your hair, I think having that kind of curly texture would be amazing. I would go with something that's the easiest way for you to style that looks good. Okay. I've got an idea in mind, mate.
Cool. Yeah.
Are you happy to go with it? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And I trust you.
Cool. Because I think that picture you showed me then, the guy's hair is dark.
Yeah.
Which, when you put a grade on it, say I said that was a grade 1, to you it'd be more like a 2. Cool. 2.5. You know what I mean? Because the lighter the hair is,
scalp showing anyway on the side.
There we go. Okay. Because you wouldn't see scalp at that level because his hair was so thick on the back and sides, it would probably go down to a 0.5 to get scalp exposure. So I think for yours, let's start with maybe a 3. Cool. So we can definitely stay away from that scalp exposure. Cool. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll give it a shampoo and condition and we'll get started and let's see what bit of a transformation we can make here, mate. Might look nice, yeah? Cool. All right, then, pal. Right guys, so I've just shampooed and conditioned Alex's hair. Now, as you can see, when it's wet, we can just really scrunch that and get away with a bit more care on it. But like I said, he's got, you're in a professional job, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in a professional job. So what I'm thinking, obviously I'm visualising now for the end result. It might be quite hard for you to visualise this, all right? But I want to take his hair to short enough that I can still have the option to scrunch his hair and have a kind of messy curl through it. So what I'm going to do, to start, I'm going to cut the top in, okay? Because I want to start to layer this and I need to see, like we've done some of the lockdown, when we've done some of the post-lockdown transformations, we started a lot of them from the top. Now, some of the videos that might not have come out yet are ones that we have done a lot of horseshoes on because we've been trying to balance it differently. So a lot of guys who are growing the hair longer have done a horseshoe on to help to focus on the back and sides and then obviously focus on the top at the very end. Whereas now the focus on Alex's hair is the top. Back and sides is a 2 into a 3. Very simple haircut, right? So what I want to do is maintain as much length through here that I can get away with, that Alex is going to be able to style. I'm taking for the average size sections. You can even see the difference. You haven't coloured this, have you?
No.
No. So you see when the hair's thinner and it's drier, it seems to soak the sun up a lot more. So you can see how much healthier it is from the root to the tip, just by the colour change. See? Very, very healthy. You can feel it the way it absorbs the water. To the ends, it still feels like straw towards the ends. I'm going to take it to the end there, just before that colour, okay? I'm going to cut it straight across. Guide underneath there. Straight up. Just follow this guide all the way from the back. I'm not going to over-direct it, just going to put it straight up. So we'll have a natural over-direction as the head curves forward as we get towards the front. Up like that. So it'll naturally get longer towards the front. But as you see, cutting it shorter, we've still got a little bit of curling, but I know I can manipulate that with heat, and also it won't be as curly when we dry it through as well. All right, so I can create curl, or I can create smoothness, depending how, obviously on the occasion. So for work, a bit smoother, maybe a bit of natural movement in there, but a bit smoother. And then when he's off and doing what he wants to do on the weekend or so, or overnight, just change product and change his hairstyle. Bring this right back to the recession point. So there is where I'm going to start my first section. So you're going to leave that a little bit more length through the front. Got it nice and straight. Now this is going to work as a guide for where the clipper work will finish off as well. It's also starting to put that shape into the top. I'm using the guide from the top. So I've got my guide now to work with the clipper work there. As you can see, the shorter bit. That's where we know we can work to maintain that square shape. Got my guide there, that's the shortest point. Comes from the middle. There we go. Same thing, working from the back to the front. Again, keeping the fingers coming straight up in the air. I'm not pulling them back or anything like that, just pulling them straight up in the air like that. Pull that right out. Guide nice and straight, okay? So I'm starting to create that squareness now by pulling this out from the round of the head.
That's that radius, isn't it?
So I'm going to bring this out. And so I can lay this down so it all stays the same length all the way through. Match to the side now. Cut that shape in again. The section I just cut first before lying flat against the forehead is a section of the over direction. Okay, so now it graduates nicely into the front. Pull it out, I'm going to guide from either side. I'm going to break the ends up a little bit. Quite harsh cutting angle. Again, with curly hair, we don't want to cut too fine. We don't want to be cutting in like this because it'll just look like it's breaking up. We need quite chunky cuts into curly hair. I'm going to cut a horizontal guide at the back, just because this crown is so low. It's quite low, isn't it? Normally it's a bit higher up through here. That's quite low, so I want to make sure we leave that to the very end. So I want to start my blending from about here. So I'm going to bring it down, and this is where I need to really come off at here. So just to give myself a nice guide, again, prevention over the cure, and I'm going to cut it at this point now, through here like that. So I'm still leaving some length at the crown, but I'm giving myself a nice guide to work to with the clipper work. To the left hand side, just moves a lot of that length for later. Again, this is purely just for a guide. There's going to be hair underneath it, so that's fine. I just want to see the line that I'm going to work to. Now, see all this length coming over here that we've left from the lockdown length. I'm going to bring this all over from the crown and just cut that off. Because for now, that is just getting in the way. We don't need all of that length hanging over, so I'm just cutting it off just to make life easier for me. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry it off with a bit of salt spray. And I'm going to use the diffuser to dry this because I want to get that real natural curl in there. Medium speed, high heat, and I'm just literally just scrunching my fingers through this. Now I'm going to pop the nozzle back on, dry the back and sides too. Now that is a world-class mullet, that, mate. Look at that. Wow. So can you see the difference of changing the nozzle to how we've changed the whole look of the hair? See, before it was like curly and movie and all that. Now we've created like a lot straighter, a lot more texture in there. So you've got two looks depending on how you want to style it. You've got that little bit more up and messy, like that choppy effect you were looking for originally. You can wear it like that. Obviously we'll cut into it in a minute, but you've got that choppiness when you use the nozzle and you blast the hair straighter, or you use the diffuser to create that more natural curl. So you've got the option there, and that's what I just wanted to have a look at while I was drying them. So I think when you dry it off, you really see the line I've just put in there to use as my guide. There we go. Now, I just need to show you that, mate, because this could be you may never get this look again. You may never get this look again, mate. What do you think of that?
Give us a spin. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that, mate.
It's like something out of Stranger Things.
It is a bit, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Or Tiger King as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's take this off for you now. So starting on my 3 with a guard down, so it's a 3.5, working up to my guide, which is there. Okay, coming in from the temple, up and off, like that. The whole point of this was because you didn't want to have any scalp exposure. So start off in the higher guard, just in case, save myself from any worry or any problems. Working up and up. So this way you'll really see the power of these clippers, mate. Up and off like that. There we go. For the 3, working up into the 2.5. So just a little bit lower down. On number 2 now. I'm working up. And down into R2. There we go, so just before scalp exposure, that's perfect. Like we said at the start in the consultation, that if we was going to go down to the same length as the picture on his hair, if we did a 1, it would look very, very short. Like so. Right, I'm going to taper Alex's neck now. While I've got these clippers out, I'm going to start with a 1.5. So 1 guard on, lever down. I'm going to keep it quite low. I don't want to look as though it's really too short all over, because again, the whole point of doing a taper is just to remove unnecessary and unwanted length. I'm not doing like a fade on the neck, should we say, so I just want to keep it quite low, so it doesn't look too scalp exposure all over. Just working down through the lever. We'll do a bit of freehand clipper over comb when we come to the edging, or the line out as I call it. Just because it looks quite dark around the sideburn, so I want it to look even all over. Just using that 1.5 at the very bottom, because you've got that kind of darker element through there. You just kind of give a very similar look as the 2. Clipper teeth towards Alex and away from the top from his head from the top there. And that nice little taper on. So I'm going to level this out first with a 0. Just make sure we get a very symmetrical taper. Just working across one side. Now I know his hairline goes up in the middle, but we don't want to go too high because it would look too much. We just want to kind of graduate it down to nothing. So put a line in and just using 0.5 just to taper away. We'll strengthen it up because it is quite light around there. Cut it in, be careful of how close you go into the skin. A little bit of strength in there. Bring it down as well, so you get a little longer hairs in a straight line. There we go. Start at the back, working with the crown, lift it up, take off what I need to blend. So all that length that was coming through from the crown, elevate it right up. Just working down. Working from that up and off. Lower the lever down to the 1/2 to work up from the 2, up and off. I'm going to work on all this length through here, the longer length of the crown. So by following the way it grows, we're going to work cutting that now. So I'm going to pull this across the crown, straight across, and cut. Start cutting into this, very, very chunky, okay? Because again, I want this to match up, thin out, also remove some length as well. So working up here. Now with the shape of Alex's head, we have to leave some of this cornering to keep that nice squareness. But what we can do is we can work a section through here, just loosely, through this bit here, scissor over comb, slide in, point in to that section, like that, and then just perfect the blend from the clipper work. So we still keep that corner in there, but we're just breaking it up by cutting into it as well. So we're not actually removing the shape or anything, we're just moving the thickness. Nice big chunky cutting. A chunky texture so it breaks up, thins out, but doesn't look frayed. Through chunky texture, breaking it up a little bit, putting straight in. Maintaining that length. Just trying to break up blockiness. There we go. You can imagine a little bit of product in there now. Be nice and smart. Fringe can come down a little bit if it wants. Wear it a bit more across, put a bit of product to the top. And it's done what we've done. We've maintained that square shape in there, as you can see. So if we touch that in, it does concave quite a lot through there, you see. Yeah. So by keeping that length and pulling it out, you've got the squareness.
So one thing is, I cycle everywhere.
Yeah.
I've always got a helmet on.
Yeah.
So is there a way I could kind of wear it flatter as well?
Yeah, of course there is, yeah, definitely. So if I spray it down with salt spray, because you can see what it looks like now, if you were going to wear it up going out, I'm using the salt spray for that. Put the diffuser on. Like that picture you showed me, with the fringe just flicking out a little bit. Zoom in. So this is what it would be like if you had a helmet on.
Yeah.
I've cut it in a way that wears both ways, or even 3 ways to be honest. That's what I mean, you've got the confidence to wear it any way you want. I've just done it pretty much 3 ways now. Yeah. And it's still looking nice, no matter which way you wear it. It's almost like towel drying your hair with a bit more shape added to it. But again, that's something without product in as well, which you can wear it into that kind of more forward curl in there. But you see, by just cutting that shape in, you can wear it any way you want. And that is all you can do. Which I think looks really nice. Happy?
Yeah, I think it looks awesome.
Yeah? Sweet, man.
Big fan of it.
Shall I start it this way then, so you can see what it looks like with the helmet on? Kind of thing when you get off, yeah? All right,
I'm
cool.
about to jump on my bike, so.
Okay, well, it'll be good when you get home, you'll be able to see. So I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of powder. Always really nice to wear, so you sprinkle a little bit on, like that. You just work it in to the hair, like that. And what I'll do, it'll bring out that texture we just put in there, okay? So what it'll do, it'll help you show off the individual strands we were cutting through, and you can get that nice shape in the sides there. So all you want to do, more than it sitting flat and round on the top here to really bring out the square, that face shape, just put your hands like that and push up the sides, and that'll just push the hair out and keep that squareness in there.
Oh, the curls are gone.
The mullet has gone, mate. If I'm honest, it looks better like this, but I did like the mullet as well, to be fair.
Yeah, the mullet was fun for a while.
It was, yeah, it really, mate, you know, 20, 30 years ago.
Well.
Did you?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so the mullet and the moustache.
Wow.
Quite a strong look.
It's a very strong look, mate. No, you definitely don't have that. No. Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers, Neil.
Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, honestly, like perfect.
Sweet.
It's really, really nice.
That's amazing. Such a big change when you came in.
Yeah,
it's almost I can't even imagine what that was like now. So now it's cut like this. So just to recap, obviously, as you've seen, Alex had a blinding mullet. One of the best ones I've seen, I think. And if you look at this, he had them lovely curls, right? I think that might have just been the mullet. But that's what he had. No, obviously you can see lovely curls in there, right? All different colours. So I wanted to try and give Alex a haircut that was, like what he said, he's got a professional job and he wants something that he would still look smart, obviously, you know, when he goes to work, but also it's always quite nice. I feel that, especially the way I feel about me hair, is that I want it to look nice outside of work as well. Something that had an element of professionalism, but something that he could maybe funk up a little bit for the weekend. So yeah, that was kind of it really. Yeah. He's happy, I'm happy. A little bit sad, but you know, I'm happy overall. But that's good. R.I.P.
Good
There we go.
videos,
I know, yeah, I can imagine, mate.